Well, what's up again there, guys? Brian here, the Three Topics Gamer, here to share with you a rather unorthodox type of video for my channel. Now, I recently put up a poll on my community page asking if you guys would like to see me do a quick breakdown video, doing a total run-through collection of all of the PlayStation shirts, jerseys, and surprisingly jackets that I own. Because as a massive PlayStation fanboy, which I'm proud to admit, I own a lot of PlayStation merchandise in all different departments, but it is never any bigger than my collection of PlayStation clothes that I've collected over the last number of years. So before I begin, if you do happen to enjoy a video quite like this, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Keep track of me in all my future videos I'll be uploading for the rest of the year. And I just want to prepare you guys that I've never actually, this is kind of new territory for me. I actually haven't done like a clothes focused video in many years, and the last time I did that I was focusing on one piece of clothing. So for me to do a complete run through of all that I have is going to be quite challenging, so it's going to be done a little bit differently. Pretty much I'm going to have to change my lens and angles and a few things around my room first, and I'm just going to go over each individual piece of clothing and just give you a quick description as for where I got it and what I think about it and why I decided to buy it, because some of these things you probably have never even seen before or didn't even know existed. And I think the fact that I'm one of the few people that has made a collection like this makes me feel pretty special. So before I start, I would just like to start off with my favorite piece of PlayStation merchandise or in terms of clothing is what I'm actually wearing right now. Now, this is a shirt that I actually got shipped to me from the UK. I forgot the website that I got it from. And the reason why I like this shirt the most, which is why I would even say so far that this shirt is my personal favorite shirt that I own, is not only do I like the color scheme, which is a mixture of black, blue, and white, but it perfectly matches my throne that I'm sitting in right now. Now, some of you may remember that last Christmas, I actually got a PlayStation-style DX Racer gaming chair, and I absolutely loved the look of that chair. And the fact that I found a shirt that matches it made it seem like this shirt was made perfectly for this chair. And on top of that, there's actually a pair of Air Jordan 1s that I hope to get for Christmas this year. And actually, there's a lot of my shirts that I actually got specific pairs of Air Jordan 1s to match with. And that's another video that I'd like to do. I'd love to show off my collection of Air Jordan 1s because I wouldn't say I'm a major sneakerhead, but I do like to look my best in certain occasions. So that's just to start off the video with just my favorite shirt. So now, if you mind, I'm going to switch over, change angles, change lenses, and we're going to start the collection. And you better prepare yourself because this video might end up being quite extensive. So, without wasting any more time, let's start off with the collection, starting off with the shirts. Okay, now that we're standing up and I've pulled everything out, I have to admit, this is actually the first time I've ever pulled and laid everything out. And I must say, I'm actually a bit shocked that I have this much. This might be a world record. I would be very surprised if there's someone out there that has more PlayStation clothes merchandise than I do, because I think I might have overdone it over these years. So let's just stop wasting time and we'll start off with the shirts, then the sports jerseys, and then the jackets, which I totally forgot about those until I was going through my closet. So I'm just gonna toss some of these down and I'll reorganize them. So this is the newest one that I got. This one also comes from the UK. I like the color scheme. It's got the classic symbols, but they're done a little bit differently, especially that square here. I absolutely love the tone of blue and black. The mixture, I think, makes it look pretty cool, in my opinion. Next, we have the I Was There shirt that I've worn a lot during my channel. Now this one comes from PlayStation Experience, specifically PlayStation Experience 2014 when it was here in Vegas. So I've actually been able to go to all but one of the PlayStation experiences. I'd love for it to come back. It was always an amazing experience every time I went to them. It's just amazing to be surrounded by so much PlayStation. And this was actually the very first shirt, and it's a symbol that, heck, I was there. Now these next couple of these shirts I got at PlayStation Experience. This is another one that I got. This one is a little bit more tropical base. It has the classic square, circle, X, and square symbols, but tropical base because heck, the PlayStation Experience that I got this was in Anaheim, LA. So, kind of fits the scheme. So that's what that came from. Now this is another shirt that I got from a gaming website that just closed. Um, like these are colors. It matches the classic four buttons colors for the square, triangle, circle, and X. So that's where that's from. Nothing on the back, but heck, I like how it has the symbol symbolizing since 1994. It's a little hard to see, but that's what that says since that's the year that PlayStation came out. Next is another PlayStation Experience shirt that actually has the symbols, but it's done in star constellations. Now, the reason I like this one the most, I like this one a lot, is not only is it a staff shirt, so I got this from someone online who actually worked there, but this is the exact tattoo that I want to get next year. And yes, I am planning on getting a tattoo specifically of these four symbols exactly like this. I've already talked to a tattoo artist, and I'm not going to say when I'm going to get it done, but it's going to happen soon. So I'm saying it on camera just so I know I can't back up. So yes, I will be getting this as a tattoo very, very soon. Next PlayStation Experience shirt comes from 2016. This one is simply just has a bunch of PlayStation characters, like Aloy and Nathan Drake and I guess some guy from Call of Duty and Gran Turismo. So it's not one of my favorite ones, but heck, it's another one that says I was there because heck, I was there. This one is a little bit more basic. This one I got at GameStop. GameStop usually has, once in a while they usually will have like a pretty good PlayStation shirt that when I see it I can't help but get it, and it has the classic symbols on the back. This is another one. This is another Constellation shirt from PlayStation Experience. This one was from 2017, and just on the back it says I was there. And this one I just have a couple copies. I think one of these is a little bit too big that I actually shrunk, and the other one was a little bit too small that I just couldn't wear. But heck, I wasn't throwing it away. So that about does it for my typical shirts. Now we're going into the sports jerseys. Now heck, I like sports and I like PlayStation, so I think it's pretty cool when they manage to mix the two. So one of my all-time favorite. Now a lot of these actually come from the same website, which I believe is called Insert Coins Clothing, which awesome website. It's probably where like a lot of these came from. Now I'm a big football fan, so I think it's pretty cool that actually the first piece of clothing, jersey clothing that I got was this PlayStation football jersey that says 94 on the back because heck, that is the year that it came out. And I actually have two of these. I didn't know what size to get the first time, so the first one that I got was actually a bit too small. It was actually one size too small. So I own two of these. I actually got one from my brother, and he kind of teased me the last time I saw him because he was actually wearing it one of the days I was there, and I didn't know he was going to be wearing it because he wanted to take a quick picture. So I immediately ran and grabbed my jersey so we could wear it together. But by the time I got it back on, he had taken his off. So next time if he happens to see this video, next time I'm down there, we are gonna take a picture of us wearing matching football PlayStation jerseys. So I don't know if I ever get a girlfriend in the near future. I think I'll modify this one so it'll fit her more. So again, we'll have matching PlayStation football jerseys. So there's that one. Now this one, a lot of people, a couple people messaged me about, but this one is kind of unique. This is actually a rugby shirt from Australia. Now this one actually has the PlayStation name on the back, as you can see here, and actually has the PlayStation symbol on the side and on the side, and even has one on the inside. This one's color is a little bit strange, and just like my foot. Now, the one thing I should mention right now is when it comes to my jerseys, my sports jerseys, I actually have matching pair of Air Jordans to go with almost all of them, a good majority of them, and I do actually have a pair that matches this one perfectly. So if you ever meet me in person, or if you see me wear this in any one of my videos, just know that I'm wearing a specific shoe while I'm filming and wearing that. Now this one is a bit strange because this is a baseball jersey. I am not a fan of this team. I'm a Boston Red Sox fan, but I do love the color scheme. I do love the PlayStation symbol, and it even says PlayStation 10. This is actually from PlayStation MLB the show when it was exclusive to PlayStation, and I think you would get one of these if you pre-ordered it from some location. I don't remember where, but that's how I got this one. Now, this is actually the newest football sports jersey that I got from the same Insert Coins website. I have never worn this outside yet. I actually have a perfect pair of shoes to go with this one. And this one's pretty much similar to the other one, but just different color schemes. Instead of being like kind of grayish and blue, this is just kind of black and blue and white, which is the primary three colors that PlayStation looks the best as. So there's that one. And now we have my basketball jersey. So this is actually definitely one of my favorite ones. I have a great pair of shoes. I actually have a specific pair of shoes that go with this one, which I might show off at the end of the video. But it just says, player 20, because by the time I got this one, PlayStation had been around for about 20 years. So yeah, really like this one. Now, these are actually my esports shirts. And they actually, on the front, say PlayStation League. It's a little hard to see, but this one is kind of like a pixelated shirt that has the symbols on the back. This one is also a different color, but that. And another one, which is that one. Now, while this shirt that I'm wearing right now is my personal favorite, before I got this shirt, I actually had another style of shirt that I was actually quite fond of that I saw online and had to get a pair of. And this is for soccer. Now, I don't play soccer. I'm not a big soccer fan, but I got to say, this shirt is amazing. Now, I actually saw this picture while I was scrolling for PlayStation jerseys, and apparently there was like a whole promotion video, because apparently this is tied with the PlayStation FC League, which was, been around for, I guess, not been around for a while, but it says PlayStation FC. And I'm showing you just a little clip here. When I saw this video with all these people wearing these shirts, I knew I had to track this particular shirt down. This was very difficult for me to find. It took me a little over a year to actually find them. And I actually found two different versions of this shirt that have slight differences, but they're more or less the same. I think between these two, this one is probably video accurate. So I'm assuming that wherever this is probably the shirt that they were wearing in the video, and this is a slightly modified version of this shirt. But they are very, very similar, but there are some key differences that make them stand out apart from each other. And as I've said before, I like this shirt the most because I actually have the perfect pair of Air Jordans. They go perfectly for this, and it's even the same color tone. That's what's shocking, is that it is actually the matching tone of blue and white that goes with these two sports jerseys in particular, which is why before I got this shirt, these two are my favorite shirts to wear. So now that we've gotten the sports jerseys out of the way, it's time to get into the jackets. Now, all these jackets did come from the same spot. So this is what we call a bomber jacket. This one you can't really tell is PlayStation too much outside of the little symbol right there. So there's that. And then there's this one, which has a pretty interesting color scheme. Believe it or not, I actually did see someone at a gamer bar that I go to here in town actually have one of these. So I thought it was pretty cool that I'm not the only one that has a cool sense of clothing style. And two more. These all come from the same spot. This one is also a bomber jacket with a good color scheme, and it's actually inside that you'll see the PlayStation symbols, so that's pretty awesome. And this one is actually similar to the first one that I showed off, but its colors are kind of inverse, so the colors are kind of differently, and there's that. And now we have the varsity jackets. This one I'm very, very, very proud of. I actually wore, I think it was this one, or it was the other one. No, it was this one. I actually wore this one to Disneyland the second to last time I was there, and someone actually kind of recognized it, or recognized the jersey, and actually gave me a pretty nice comment. So this one is PlayStation with the 20 to celebrate the 20th anniversary of PlayStation, and this one I actually like a bit more. As same thing, but different colors, same logo, but it says 94 to celebrate 1994 when the original PlayStation was released. But my favorite one out of the three varsity jackets that I got is this one. Now this one I got from PlayStation Experience. It's a little hard to see, but it actually says PlayStation right here in Japanese, as well as 94 to celebrate the year it came out. And as you can see from the PS, stand for PlayStation. So I think surprisingly, that is actually all of them. So that does it in terms of clothing. So now that I've gotten these shirts, these sports jerseys, and jacket out of the way, we have to go into one more department, and that is surprisingly the hats, because I have quite a lot of hats. So let me change angles, and we will continue on into the last lane of my PlayStation collection of clothes videos, starting now. Okay, so now that we're sitting back down and we've gone through all the jackets, shirts, and sports jerseys, it's time to go over the hats. So, starting off with the one I'm wearing right now. Some of you guys may not have noticed it, but I wear this one a lot. It's actually my favorite out of all the PlayStation hats I have. And this one is basically for the PlayStation Vita, which a lot of people like to forget about. But heck, I have love for the Vita. I still use my Vita, and heck, I like to show mad respect to a handheld that was sadly put out of order long before its time. Next, I have this one, standard blue. No, nice color scheme. And then this one. This one, I don't really like it all that much, but heck, I do like the controller on the front to help celebrate since PlayStation since 1994, which isn't necessarily true for me. I haven't been PlayStation since 1994. I've been PlayStation since 1997. But heck, it's good to represent the original year that it came out. This one I don't really like all that much. I just think it's a little too plain and boring. I mean, it's just a standard black hat with the PlayStation logo symbol just stamped on the front. This is definitely the cheapest one that I have, and I don't really like to wear it all that often. This one doesn't really fit my head all that. I mean, it fits my head, but I don't like how it doesn't like sit on tight. But I do like the color scheme with the blue and the white symbol of PlayStation in the front. So there's that one. This one actually matches one of these shirts I actually got from the same website that actually had the since 1994. This one actually goes with that. However, for some reason, it's shaped a little bit differently, so I can wear it, but it feels just a little bit weird on my head. I like the design, but doesn't like snugly fit on the shape of my head. Now this one does, and I like this one, and I often wear it a lot. I would say this is probably my second or third favorite PlayStation hat that I do own. So there's this one, and then I also like this one, which is kind of. I've only seen one other person wear this one, but it's got red and it has just a bunch of the symbols around with a red PlayStation symbol, which is fairly rare. You usually don't see the color red get associated with PlayStation, since the main color for PlayStation is blue and red is more of a Nintendo thing. So this definitely is one of the more rare PlayStation hats that I own. Also got this one, which is pretty awesome. This is probably definitely a top 5 favorite PlayStation hat that I do own. A lot of these are either baseball caps or snapbacks like this one, and even has the snapback sticker on the front. And this one I also really like. I think my brother bought me this one during one of my trips. I think this is a birthday present that he got for me, so I really do enjoy it the most. And also has the whole PlayStation symbol, so that's pretty rad. This is definitely a top 3 favorite hat for me for this one. So yeah, I like the gray scheme. It fits the original PlayStation color scheme pretty well. But that leaves only one last piece of PlayStation merchandise that I absolutely forgot until I went back and put everything back, and I looked down. I was like, oh snap, I do have a pair of these. But I actually have a pair of PlayStation shoes. They're also Nike. A number of years ago, Paul George, the basketball player, released a pair of Paul George shoes. Now, I didn't get the first wave, but I did get the second wave. So these are called the Nike PG 2.5s. I've worn these a few times outside. These actually are pretty comfortable basketball shoes if you have a good court. Do not wear these outside. You definitely want to play these in an inside gym. And I don't know how many years ago these were originally released. I have not had a chance to get the newer Paul Georges, but I do plan to get those probably in the next 6 months when I get a chance. And one thing that was really, really cool about these shoes is that they actually lit up. And believe it or not, even after maybe a year or two, the logo on the front still lights up. And if you actually press the button a second time, it'll actually start to pulse. So that tells you I haven't used that very many times because the battery is still alive. And then the second one Also is the PlayStation logo on the front, and also kind of lights up, but you can't see it. You can't see it as much from the front as you can on the back. But the button right there, so it does pulse and does light up like the other ones, but not as much. And there's like a lot of PlayStation symbols, and it's just Paul on the back and George on that one. And I think these were numbered. So this one is, I believe, number 93,552. So yeah. So that'll about do it for my entire collection of PlayStation merchandise, amongst shirts, sports jerseys, varsity jackets, regular jackets, hats, and shoes. So I'm real curious, now that you've seen my massive collection, if there was one piece of PlayStation merchandise or clothing that I own that you wish you could own yourself, which would it be? Please let me know in the comments down below. And I hope you guys have not felt too bored about this rather extensive video. I hope you enjoyed this, because I actually had a great time actually showing off my entire collection. Hopefully I don't have to do a video like this again. But again, thank you guys for voting. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will catch you all next time.